Whiskers was a fluffy, snow-white cat who lived in a cozy house at the edge of a small village. Winter had always been his favorite time of year. The world outside would transform into a wonderland of light, and inside, the fireplace crackled, spreading warmth throughout the house. Whiskers loved to curl up by the fire, watching the snowflakes dance through the window. But this winter was different. His best friend, a girl named Lily, hadn't been home in a while. She had gone to visit her grandparents in another town and had left before the first snowfall. Whiskers missed her terribly. Every day, he would sit by the window, his golden eyes scanning the horizon, waiting for her to return. Lily was more than just his owner. She was his companion, the one who always played with him in the snow, making snowballs for him to chase and building little forts that he would hide in. Without her, the winter seemed cold and empty, even with the warm fire blazing. One evening, as the snow fell thick and heavy, Whiskers looked out the window and sighed. The world outside was covered in a thick blanket of white, and it didn't look like Lily would be coming back soon. Determined, Whiskers made up his mind. He would find her. With a flick of his tail, he slipped out through the cat door and into the freezing night. The snow was deep, but Whiskers' thick fur protected him from the cold. His paws sank into the snow with every step, but he pressed on, leaving tiny paw prints behind him. The village was quiet, the streets empty, as everyone was tucked away inside their homes, waiting for the storm to pass. Whiskers knew the path Lily had taken when she left, and he followed it, his heart set on finding her. The wind howled, and the snowflakes stung his face, but he didn't stop. He imagined her warm smile, her laughter, and the way she would scoop him up and hold him close. That thought kept him going. Hours passed, and Whiskers grew tired. His paws ached, and the cold was beginning to seep through his fur. But just when he thought he couldn't go any further, he saw something in the distance, a flicker of light through the trees. It was a small cottage, warm and inviting. Whiskers knew it was Lily's grandparents' house. With the last of his strength, he padded toward the house. As he approached, the door creaked open, and there stood Lily, bundled up in a thick coat and scarf. Her eyes widened in surprise and joy when she saw him. "Whiskers, what are you doing here?" she cried, scooping him up in her arms. He purred, nuzzling against her cheek, feeling her warmth and love surround him. Lily carried Whiskers inside, where the fire was roaring, and the house smelled of cinnamon and pine. As they sat together by the fire, Whiskers felt a deep sense of contentment. His winter wish had come true. He was with Lily again, where he belonged. And while Oliver may have started as a stray in the alley, he had finally found his home. And Emma had found a friend she never knew she needed. For the rest of the winter, Whiskers stayed with Lily and her family, playing in the snow by day and curling up by the fire at night. He had found his way through the storm, and now everything felt right again.